Today on MTG Unpacked, we're taking a look at another Commander deck for 2021. This is Lorehold Legacies. So this is a red-white deck. This is a tie-in to Strixhaven. And you can see we've got the Commander on the front there, very shiny. This is actually just printed on cardboard, so they've gotten rid of a lot of the plastic. So we've got, what is that? Osgear the Reconstructor. Alright, and on the back, choose your commander and overcome both friend and foe in this definitive multiplayer format. So we're talking about copying artifacts in graveyards. Interesting. We've got a couple of other commanders there. This is the Lorehold College. We've got a deck box, 100 card deck with 17 new cards, 10 double-sided token cards, life wheel, strategy, insert, and reference card. Alright, so we've got a tool tab on the bottom for easy access. So get this out of here and take a look at what we've got. So we've got a very cool deck box here. Lorehold Legacies, as well as this is the cardboard thing with the punch out tokens. Alright. And we've got a divider in here along with our life wheel and flyer and the deck itself, and this will actually hold a fully sleeved 100 card deck, so pretty cool. So life wheel, let's zoom in. We've got up to 40 and counts down from 20. And if you're new to Commander, we've got a little bit of a tip sheet here. Gives you the basics playing the deck. We've got some info there about Commander in general. And Lorehold Legacies, we've got some lore about Osgear the Reconstructor, along with some of the other commanders in the deck. Okay, so let's get stuck into it. And these go for about 35 to 40 bucks US each. So a bit pricier than what you would have seen in Kaldheim. Those were going for closer to 20. And let's separate out the lands and tokens. And then we will get stuck into it. Starting off here with the commander, we have Osgear the Reconstructor, legendary creature, giant artificer. It's a mythic. 4/4 for 4 with vigilance for 1 second artifact. Target creature you control gets +2/+0 until end of turn. And for X, tap, exile an artifact card with mana value X from your graveyard. You get to create 2 tokens that are copies of the exiled card, activate only as a sorcery. Okay, so first commander there, we've got another one. Alabu, Ancient Witness, legendary artifact creature, Golem. It's a mythic. 4/5 for 5 other artifact creatures you control have haste. And whenever one or more artifact creatures you control attack Alabu, Ancient Witness deals X damage to any target, and you scry X, where X is the number of tapped artifacts you control. Okay, next up we have Secret Rendezvous, sorcery for 3. You and target opponent each draw 3 cards. I think we might have seen that one in one of the other decks. Reconstruct History, sorcery for 4. Return up to 1 target artifact card, up to 1 target enchantment card, up to 1 target instant card, up to 1 target sorcery card, and up to 1 target planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Reconstruct History. Rip Apart, sorcery for 2, choose 1, it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, destroy target artifact or enchantment. So I guess if you're playing up against this deck, that will help you out there. Lorehold Campus, so we've got a land chucked in here, enters tapped, tap it for red or white, pay 4 taps, scry 1. Study Hall, we've seen this in a bunch of the other decks as well. It's a land, tap for colors for 1, tap. Add 1 mana of any color when you spend this mana to cast your commander. Scry X, where X is the number of times it's been cast from the command zone this game. Darksteel Mutation, enchantment aura for 2 enchant creature. The enchanted creature is an insect artifact creature with base power and toughness 0/1 and has indestructible, and it loses all other abilities, card types, and creature types. Okay, so you could lock up a creature there. Dispatch, instant for a single white, tap target creature. Has Metalcraft. If you control 3 or more artifacts, exile that creature. Dispeller's Capsule, artifact for a single white, for 2 and a white, tap, sack it, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Return to Dust, instant for 4. Exile target artifact or enchantment if you cast a spell during your main phase. You may exile up to one other target artifact or enchantment. Sanctum Gargoyle, here we go. An artifact creature Gargoyle 2/3 for 4 with flying. When it enters battlefield, you may return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Faithless Looting, sorcery for a single red, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards, has flashback for 2 in red. So you may cast this card from your graveyard for its flashback cost, then exile it. Quicksmith Genius, Human Artificer 3/2 for 3. Whenever an artifact enters battlefield under your control, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Okay, so some more artificers here. Thopter Engineer, creature Human Artificer 1/3 for 3. When it enters battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. Artifact creatures you control have haste. Nice. Boros Charm, instant for 2. Choose one. It deals 4 damage to target player or planeswalker. Permanents you control gain indestructible until end of turn, or target creature gains double strike until end of turn. And Arcane Signet, pretty much in every commander deck these days. It's an artifact for 2. Tap to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Boros Locket, artifact for 3. Tap for red or white, and for 4, any combination of red or white. Tap, sack it, draw 2 cards. Burnished Heart, artifact creature elk 2/2 for 3, sack it, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Commander's Sphere, I don't think we've seen this in the other decks. Artifact for 3, tap to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity, sack it, you get to draw a card. Hedron Archive, artifact for 4, tap for 2 colors for 2, tap, sack it, draw 2 cards. Ichor Wellspring, what a surprise, another artifact for 2. When it enters battlefield or is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. Meteor Golem, artifact creature Golem 3/3 for 7. When it enters battlefield, destroy target non-land permanent an opponent controls. Mindstone, and we've seen this one in the other decks as well. Artifact for 2, tap for colorless. For 1, tap, sack it, draw a card. Mycosynth Wellspring, artifact for 2. So when it enters battlefield or is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Pilgrim's Eye, artifact creature Thopter 1/1 for 3 with flying. When it enters battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. And this card, you have probably never seen it before. It's a Soul Ring, artifact for 1, tap for 2 colorless, and pretty much in every commander deck these days. Unstable Obelisk, artifact for 3, tap for colorless. For 7, tap, sack it, destroy target permanent. Ancient Den, interesting, artifact land, tap for white. Boros Garrison, land enters tapped. When it enters battlefield, return a land you control to its owner's hand, tap for red and white. Angel of the Ruins, artifact creature Angel 5/7 for 7. Whoa! With flying, when it enters battlefield, exile up to 2 target artifacts and or enchantments, has plain cycling for 2. So that means pay 2, discard this card, you get to search your library for a plains card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Okay, so that is the first part of the deck. Let's see what else we've got here. Archaeomancer's Map, artifact for 3. When it enters battlefield, search your library for up to 2 basic plains cards, reveal and put them into your hand, then shuffle. Whenever a land enters battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player controls more lands than you, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Bronze Guardian, artifact creature Golem, star 5 for 5 with double strike and ward 2. So that means whenever this creature becomes a target of a spell or ability, the opponent controls, counter it unless the player pays 2. Other artifacts you control have ward 2. That's pretty cool. Bronze Guardian's power is equal to the number of artifacts you control. Digsite Engineer, creature Dwarf, Artificer 3/3 for 3. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token with. This creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. And you're going to control a ton of artifacts with this deck. Excavation Technique, sorcery for 4, has Demonstrate. Whenever you cast this spell, you may copy it. If you do choose an opponent to also copy it, players may choose new targets for their copies. Destroy target non-land permanent. Its controller creates 2 treasure tokens. Lucille, Clockwork Scholar, legendary creature Elephant Artificer 2/4 for 3. Prevent all combat damage that be dealt to attacking artifact creatures you control, and whenever one or more artifact creatures enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Monologue tax. He's like spitting out, what is that? Not coins, but treasure tokens, I guess. Enchantment for 3. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, you create a treasure token. Nice. Audacious Reshapers. Creature, Human Artificer 3/3/3. Tap, sack an artifact, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an artifact card. Put that card onto the battlefield and rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Audacious Reshapers deals damage to you equal to the number of cards revealed this way. There's always a downside, isn't there? Battle Mage's Braces. Artifact equipment for 3. Equipped creature has haste whenever an ability of an equipped creature is activated. If it isn't a mana ability, you may pay 1. If you do, copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. Equip for 2. Cursed Mirror. Okay, so we do have a bunch of artifacts and equipments here. For 3, tap for red. As it enters the battlefield, you may have it become a copy of any creature on the battlefield until end of turn, except it has haste. Lelia, the Blade Reforged. Legendary creature, Spirit Warrior, 2/2/3 with haste. Whenever Lelia the Blade Reforged attacks, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Whenever you exile 1 or more cards from your library and or your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on Lelia. So another legendary you could use there. Ruin Grinder. Artifact creature construct 7/4 for 6 with menace. When it dies, each player may discard their hand and draw 7 cards. Mountain Cycling for 2. Pay 2, discard this card. You get to search your library for a mountain card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. Wake the Past. Sorcery for 7. Return all artifact cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. They gain haste until end of turn. That is pretty crazy. Triplicate Titan. Artifact creature Golem 9/9 for 9. What? Flying Vigilance Trample. When it dies, create a 3/3 colorless Golem artifact creature token with flying, a 3/3 colorless Golem artifact creature token with vigilance, and a 3/3 colorless Golem artifact creature token with trample. We'll have to keep an eye out for those tokens. Cleansing Nova. Sorcery for 5. Choose one. Destroy all creatures. Destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Rout. We've got Elish Schnorn there. Sorcery for 5. You may cast Rout as though it had flash if you pay 2 more to cast it. Destroy all creatures. They can't be regenerated. Sun Titan. It's a mythic creature giant 6/6 for 6 with vigilance. Whenever Sun Titan enters the battlefield or attacks, you may return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So in case you're not aware, the mana value is basically the converted mana cost. You add up the values up in the corner there. Chain Reaction. Sorcery for 4. It deals X damage to each creature where X is the number of creatures on the battlefield. Ooh, and a mythic Combustible Gearhulk. Artifact creature construct 6/6 for 6. With first strike, when it enters the battlefield, target opponent may have you draw 3 cards. If the player doesn't, you mill 3 cards and Combustible Gearhulk deals damage to that player equal to the total mana value of those cards. Craziness. So this one's from either Aether Revolt or Kaladesh. Ooh, and we get a mythic Doretti Scrap Savant. Legendary Planeswalker Doretti, 3 loyalty for 4. His +2. Discard up to 2 cards and draw that many cards. -2, sacrifice an artifact. If you do, return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. -10, you get an emblem with whenever an artifact is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, return that card to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. Doretti Scrap Savant can be your commander. There you go. And another mythic Felden of the Third Path. Legendary creature, Human Artificer, 2/3/3 for 2 and a red. Tap, create a token that's a copy of target creature card in your graveyard, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Gains haste, sack it at the beginning of the next end step. Hellkite Igniter. Creature dragon, 5/5 for 7. Flying and haste for 1 and a red. It gets +X, +0 until end of turn, where X is the number of artifacts you control. That could be pretty ridiculous. Hellkite Tyrant. Creature dragon, 6/5 for 6 with flying and trample. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, gain control of all artifacts that player controls. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 20 or more artifacts, you win the game. Have you managed to pull that off? That sounds fun. And this seems like it's got a lot of things if you're playing against the same deck. It would really help you out. Creature dragon, 5/5 for 6 with flying. For 3 and a red, destroy a target artifact. Horde Smelter Dragon gets +X, +0 until end of turn. where X is that artifact's mana value. PNLR legendary creature Human Artificer 2/2/3. So when PNLR enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless stop to artifact creature token with flying for 1 and a red. Target artifact creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. For 1 second artifact, target creature can't block this turn. Oh, another legendary. That's Yor Kadeen, the Prevailer. Legendary creature, Human Warrior, 5/4 for 5 with First Strike and Metalcraft. Creatures you control get +3/+0 as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Bosch Iron Golem, legendary artifact creature Golem, 6/7 for 8 with Trample for 3 and a red. Second artifact. Bosch Iron Golem deals damage equal to the sacrifice artifact's mana value to any target. Cool artwork on this one. Duplicant, artifact creature Shapeshifter, 2/4 for 6, has Imprint. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-token creature as long as a card exiled with Duplicant is a creature card. Duplicant has the power, toughness, and creature types of the last creature card exiled with Duplicant. It's still a Shapeshifter. Key to the City, artifact for 2. Tap, discard a card up to 1 target. Creature can't be blocked this turn. Whenever Key to the City becomes untapped, you may pay 2. If you do, draw a card. Whoa, this guy. Mere Battlesphere. Artifact creature, Mere Construct 4/7 for 7. When it enters battlefield, create 4 1/1 colorless Mere artifact creature tokens. And whenever it attacks, you may tap X untapped Mere you control. If you do, Mere Battlesphere gets +X/+0 until end of turn and deals X damage to the player or planeswalker it's attacking. Nasty. Scrap Trawler, artifact creature construct 3/2 for 3. Whenever it or another artifact you control is put into a graveyard from battlefield, return to your hand target artifact card in your graveyard with lesser mana value. Sculpting Steel, artifact for 3. You may have Sculpting Steel enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact on the battlefield. Solemn Simulacrum, artifact creature Golem, 2/2 for 4. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle, and when it dies, you may draw a card. We've got a Steel Hellkite, artifact creature Dragon, 5/5 for 6 with flying. For 2, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. For X, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X whose controller was dealt combat damage by Steel Hellkite this turn. Activate only once each turn. Steel Overseer, artifact creature construct 1/1 for 2. Tap, put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact creature you control. And 1000-Year Elixir, artifact for 3. You may activate abilities of creatures you control as all those creatures add haste. For 1, tap, untap target creature. Okay, so that is the bulk of the deck. Now we're going to take a look at the lands here. So the mana base, we have Battlefield Forge. It's a land, tap for colorless, tap, add red or white. Battlefield Forge deals 1 damage to you. Exotic Orchard, we've seen this in a bunch of the others as well. Land, tap, add 1 mana of any color that land an opponent controls could produce. Slayer's Stronghold, land, tap for colorless for red and white, tap. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains vigilance and haste until end of turn. Temple of Triumph enters tapped. When it enters battlefield, scry 1, tap it for red or white. Command Tower, this is a pretty common one as well. It's a land, tap, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Darksteel Citadel, artifact land, indestructible, tap for colorless. Forgotten Cave enters tapped, tap for red, cycle for red. Great Furnace, nice. Artifact land, tap for red. Myriad Landscape, we've seen this in the other decks as well. Enters battlefield, tap, tap it for colorless. For 2, tap, sack it. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards that share a land type. Put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Phyrexia's Core. Land, tap for colorless. For 1, tap, second artifact, you gain 1 life. Rogue's Passage, we've seen this in the others as well. Land, tap for colorless. For 4, tap, target creature can't be blocked this turn. Secluded Step enters tapped. Tap for white, cycle for white. Sunhome, Fortress of the Legion, tap for colorless. For 2, red and white, tap, target creature gains double strike until end of turn. Nice. Temple of the False God, land, tap for 2 colorless. Activate only if you control 5 or more lands. This one's in pretty much every of the other decks as well. And then we'll take a look at the basics here. So we've got a mountain, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Okay, so 12 of those. We're probably going to get a similar number of planes. 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. Okay. And now this is interesting. You got Osgear the Reconstructor. So we saw him earlier, but this is an extra thick display card. So if you are worried about your card getting damaged, you can use this instead. Obviously you wouldn't sleeve it up, you just put it in the command zone. But yeah, this is an extra instead of the oversized cards they used to have. Okay, we've got a treasure token. And on the other side, a mere token artifact creature, 1/1. Treasure and a mere. There should be some Thopters here as well. We've got a copy token. And on the other side, a construct. Token artifact creature construct. Gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. A copy. Is that the same thing? Construct, yep. And construct golem with flying 3/3. And on the other side, a Thopter flying 1/1. Golem with trample. Okay, so here's where we get the different types of golems. Thopter flying 1/1. Golem with vigilance 3/3. And Thopter on the other side. And on your turn, a little tip card here. Popular Magic formats. So there we have it. So this is one, if you're a fan of artifact decks, tons of synergies here with artifacts. You get bonuses for how many artifacts you have on the battlefield. You could bring them back from the graveyard, using them to tap opponents' creatures and so forth. So a lot of stuff going on here. Looks like it can also counter another artifact deck pretty well. So let me know in the comments section what you think. And if you've missed any of the other videos in this series, I'll pop a link up in the corner to the complete playlist in case I didn't do that already. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button for more Magic the Gathering unboxings, and be sure to tap the notification bell when you're notified as soon as new videos are released. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy out there. Thanks for watching and have a great day.